All right, ready to totally rewire our brain.
Sounds intense. I'm in.
Uh-huh, right. But for real, today we're diving deep into 9 powerful mindset shifts.
Ooh, mindset shifts. Where are we getting these from?
These are straight from pipe, I mean,
Ah,
and they are gonna seriously upgrade how we think about pretty much everything.
sign me up. I can always use a good mental tune-up.
So get comfy. You might even want to grab a pen and paper because this is one you'll want to, remember.
Notepad ready. Hit me with these mind shifts.
Okay, so the first one that really caught my eye is this whole delayed gratification thing.
Ah, yes, delayed gratification. The classic battle between want it now and better things later.
Yeah, exactly. And it seems like such a simple idea, right? Like just wait for something better. But apparently it's way deeper than that.
Oh, absolutely. It's not just about resisting that extra cookie. It's about understanding how our brains work, the whole neurological and psychological dance between what we crave in the moment and what's actually good for us in the long run.
So it's like training your brain to see those future rewards as just as shiny and exciting as the stuff we want right now.
Totally. It's like building up that mental muscle that helps us make choices that align with our long-term goals, not just our immediate impulses.
Okay, so there's this famous experiment with kids and marshmallows, right?
You've heard of the marshmallow test. It's a classic.
Yeah, yeah, it's something about eat one now or wait and get two.
Exactly. Researchers gave kids a marshmallow and said, hey, you can eat this now, or if you wait 15 minutes, you can have two. And then they left the room and watched what happened through a, two-way mirror.
Well, that's kind of cruel, but also super interesting.
Yeah.
So what happened?
Well, some kids caved immediately, couldn't resist that marshmallow. But others, they used all sorts of strategies to distract themselves, to resist that temptation.
And I bet they learned something super valuable from that, right?
They did. They followed up with these kids years later and found that the ones who waited for those two marshmallows, they tended to have better outcomes across the board.
Like what kind of outcomes?
Better academic performance, stronger social skills, even better stress management as adults.
Wow, that's wild. It's like that one marshmallow test was like a predictor of future success or something.
Right. It shows how developing that self-control, that ability to delay gratification, can have ripple effects throughout our lives.
It makes you wonder if those kids who waited just naturally had more willpower or if it's something you can actually develop.
That's a great question, and it leads us perfectly to the next mindset shift: keeping promises.
So how does keeping promises tie into all this?
Well, think about it. When you make a promise, you're basically making a commitment to yourself and to someone else that you'll do something, right?
You're putting your reputation on the line, basically.
Exactly. And when you consistently keep your promises, even the small ones, you build this foundation of trust and reliability.
And that trust
Hmm.
is gold, right?
Yeah.
Especially in business or any kind of relationship.
Absolutely. It opens doors to collaborations, opportunities, deeper connections, all sorts of things.
It makes me think of this time when, uh, a colleague promised to help me with this huge project, and they had a million other things on their plate.
Really?
Yeah, and you know what? They ended up pulling an all-nighter just to keep their word.
Wow, that's dedication.
It was, and honestly, that one act of commitment, it totally solidified our working relationship.
That's a perfect example of how keeping promises can have these unexpected positive consequences. And it actually segues nicely into our next shift: leading by example.
Leading by example. So less talking and more walking the walk.
Exactly. It's about influence over control. Think about the people who've really inspired you in life. It's often not what they say, it's what they do, right?
Totally. Like my mentor, she was all about continuous learning, but she didn't just talk about it. She was always taking courses, reading, pushing herself to grow.
So she was living it, not just preaching it.
Exactly. And it was so inspiring to see her actually walking the talk.
Imagine if she'd just been go learn more, without actually doing it herself.
Ugh, yeah, that would have been so much less impactful. Wouldn't have felt authentic.
Right. And speaking of authenticity, this next mindset shift really resonates with me. Stepping outside of your comfort zone.
Stepping outside your comfort zone. I can already feel the butterflies in my stomach.
It can be a little scary, but it's also where the magic happens, right?
Okay, so Why is it so important to, like, venture out into that unknown territory?
Because that's where we grow, where we discover our true potential. Think of like successful entrepreneurs. They often had to take huge risks, embrace discomfort, do things that scared them to like launch their
Right,
businesses.
when everyone else was probably telling them it was a crazy idea.
Exactly. But they had the courage to like push past those doubts and fears.
And I guess that makes the reward even sweeter, right? Knowing you faced those fears and came out on top.
Absolutely. It's like that saying, the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is today.
Ooh, I like that. And that actually leads us right into the next mindset shift. Our present actions shape our future.
Exactly. Every choice we make today, even seemingly small ones, they all have an impact on our tomorrow. It's like planting those seeds, those actions that will eventually grow into the future we want.
Okay, I love this. So, everyone listening right now, think about this. What's one tiny step, even a super small one, that you can take today to, like, move you closer to where you want to
It
be?
could be anything. Making a phone call, writing down a goal, signing up for that class you've been thinking about, it all adds up.
It's like those small actions, those little seeds we plant today, they become the forest of our future.
Love that analogy. And while we're on the topic of growth, let's talk about something that often gets overlooked: collaboration and relationships.
So it's not just about, like, grinding it out alone.
Nope. It's amazing what we can achieve when we work together, when we leverage the strengths and talents of others.
So you're saying it's not just what you know, but who you know.
It's both, really. But strong interpersonal skills are essential. Being able to communicate effectively, listen actively, empathize with others, those are all like superpowers in today's world.
It's like building those bridges that connect us to opportunities, to support, to, like, a whole network of amazing people.
Exactly. And sometimes it's the simple things that make the biggest difference. Remembering names, showing genuine interest in others, offering help when needed.
It's like those little acts of kindness and connection, they create this ripple effect of positivity.
Huh.
Okay, now get ready for some real talk. Shift number 7 is all about saving versus spending.
Uh-oh, someone's got to talk about it. It's not always the most glamorous topic.
I know, but it's so important. It's like the foundation of financial freedom and security.
Totally. By saving consistently, even small amounts, we build this sense of security, this freedom to pursue our dreams without being like constantly weighed down by debt.
I gotta admit, saving isn't always the most exciting thing.
Mhm.
But I love the idea of building that financial cushion so you can actually, like, chase those big dreams without worrying about, money all the time.
It's about creating options, about having the resources to pursue what truly matters to you.
And it doesn't have to be, like, huge amounts, right?
Not at all. Even small amounts saved consistently can add up over time.
It's like that saying, take care of the pennies and the pounds will take care of themselves.
Exactly. And now, as we wrap things up, let's talk about the final two shifts, which really go hand in hand: self-reflection and action.
Okay, so this is where we, like, bring it all together. We've got all these awesome mindset shifts. Now what?
Now we put them into practice. Self-reflection is about taking that step back, looking inward, and really getting to know ourselves.
Like, what are our strengths, our weaknesses? What do we really want out of life? That kind of thing.
Exactly. And then once we have that clarity, we move into action. We create a plan, set goals, and start taking concrete steps to make it all happen.
So it's not just about thinking about these shifts, it's about actually doing something with them.
Exactly. And Unclone God gives us 5 amazing questions to guide this whole process.
Ooh, give me the questions.
All right, get ready to write these down. Question 1. What changes do you need to make in your life?
Okay, changes. Got it.
Question 2. What are your strengths and weaknesses? Be honest with yourself.
Strengths and weaknesses, check. What's next?
Question 3. What's your main goal? Like your big, audacious dream.
Okay, big dream, main goal, writing it down.
Question 4. What's your plan to achieve that goal? Think strategy here.
Plan of attack, got it. Last one.
And finally, question 5. What concrete steps will you take to put that plan into action?
Love it. It's like a roadmap to success, starting with self-awareness and ending with, like, actually doing the things.
Absolutely. So as we wrap up this incredible deep dive, I'd love for you to like really ponder this. Which of these 9 mindset shifts resonated with you the most?
And even more importantly, what's one small step, even a tiny one, that you can take today to start integrating that shift into your life?
Because remember, even small changes consistently applied can lead to incredible transformations.
But go out there, experiment, and see for yourself how powerful these mindset shifts can be. And until next time, keep those brains buzzing.
Happy shifting, everyone.